besides helping your clients through the legal process, are there other things you offer clients?
Yeah, yes, there is. I think, and this is kind of overlooked. A lot of times, because of our experience in handling these matters, we have to know a lot of medicine so we understand the injuries our clients have suffered, and how so we can explain them to jurors. And one of the things we learned over the years is many times people suffer traumatic brain injuries that go undiagnosed. We know, just from our experience and looking at the medical literature, that over 60% of all mild traumatic brain injuries are missed in the emergency rooms. And it's kind of like those little games you play with your kids. Where's Waldo? Where you're looking for a little gold bug or Waldo in a picture, it's hidden in there. Well, these emergency room doctors are trained to look for things that can kill you or maim you. Okay, they want to make sure you don't die in the emergency room, or you don't suffer some catastrophic or paralysis. That's what they're looking for, major events. And so they're not looking for the brain injury, the mild brain injury, the world's Waldo, because they don't have they don't have a checklist for the symptoms. One of the few good things that come out of the Iraqi and Afghanistan war is that our understanding of traumatic brain injuries are caused by concussive, where people who have no loss of consciousness, suffer these life-altering injuries. Well, that's one of the things we do. We're attuned to picking these things up. We know we've had clients say, Jim says, there's something wrong with me. He says, I feel like I'm going crazy here. I just don't feel right. Okay. Well, we know because we're looking for Waldo. We ask those questions, and then we get them to the doctors they need to see to get the help they need. And that's one of the things we do. It's, whether they get a recovery, because our first goal, actually our number one goal is get our clients back as best they can be. We want our clients to have a full recovery. If that's possible, that's what we want. That's worth more than any compensation. But they can't get that unless they get the right treatment and see the right doctors. And that's one of the things we're trained to do, and we're going to do, and we're never going to stop that.
And is there a particular type of injury where you see this more often, like car accidents, slip and fall?
It's thing is like any time. We see a lot in car wrecks because of the high velocities, because of the tremendous amount of force being generated. But people tend to think that it has to be some type of loss of consciousness. Okay, but here's the thing: most people that have a brief moment of loss don't even realize they've lost consciousness. They may just have a little gap of memory. The events don't flow. They don't remember everything exactly. The research is clear. We've seen this many, many times before. And the medicine is clear too. It just takes it like an altered state, like that feeling I'm dazed, I'm feeling out of it. That's all it really takes for a traumatic brain injury. But like I say, it can happen at any event where you have some kind of high velocity, like a fall striking your head. And sometimes it doesn't even take being struck in the head. I mean, we all know about the shaken baby syndrome. No blows to the head there, yet babies die from it. So that's what we look for. That's an interesting story. Let me back up a little bit about the steam room case. That is a classic example. In that case, we met with the wife, and by the time we had the case, the wife and the husband had separated. The husband had undergone a dramatic personality change. And he went from being, a very religious, loving husband, until he became kind of isolated and judgmental, and to a belief that he thought he was appointed, one of God's appointed. And he literally drove his wife from his home because of this beliefs he had. Well, the wife and the husband did not connect us to the heat stroke. But by doing some questioning, we sent him to a doctor and have him examined. And we learned that as a result of that heat stroke, it caused an injury to his brain that caused this personality change. Was it going to make it, better? Well, at least the family knew that what drove him apart wasn't that he just developed a bad attitude, but it was a result from this injury, this heat stroke. The heat that shut down his kidneys, that shut down his liver, and shut down every organ system in his body, also shut down his brain and damaged it. And the result of that, it made him have the delusions that caused his marriage to break up. And this is one of the elements of the harms and damages we developed in his case.